Hey everyone, it's Dinah, and we are back with some more of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., this time on to episode number 11 of season 5. Last time we had pretty much an end to the whole kind of future stuff, and an end to the 20, I think, how much is it? I think 2091 sect of time that the agents were in, an end to the Kree stuff. I mean, potentially an end to the Kree stuff because we don't know if they're actually going to return. Even when like down the line after they come back, in the present day and everything to actually kick everything off. But and into the Cassius stuff, Cassius died too. Cassius ended up dying too, thanks to Gemma entering the silver thing into his ear, and then a swift kind of just thrust of Mac's kind of shotgun axe through his chest and everything. So Cassius is over and done with. So that was cool. We found out who his seer was, and it wasn't even an actual seer, just like an inhuman that we already know and love and cherish until the end of time. That's Elena Rodriguez. So yeah, I mean that was the OG one too, the one who actually lived through all of time, all those years she actually lived through, and very very painfully so, watching them potentially watching other members of her team actually die out and everything, only to be captured by Cassius and experimented on and revived and killed and having her blood taken away and everything. So, um, there was that stuff, and I think because she lived through time, and yeah, and then she would end up. Yeah, I think she lived through like a time loop too. She was both the version of her in the kind of seer position, but then she was also the Elena the Elena that she found herself. She was also the Elena that discovered the seer was Elena. So she had lived through both, and she knew her time was coming. So yeah, and then Cassius killed her in front of the other kind of older Mac and everything. So a lot went down. A lot went down. And then yeah, I think she revealed that Coulson was dying, and that's the reason all this stuff is that. Well, at least I think that's like that's like a major factor as to why all this stuff has gone down. Too that not only is Coulson dying, but then the team tries to save him, and that then leads them to doing all this other stuff, and then that then leads to Daisy quaking the earth and all this other stuff happening, and humanity being kind of halved in like a non-Thanos way and everything. So yeah, so yeah, apparently Coulson's dying. So I mean, we then got a glimpse too. I think Coulson when he went to when he picked up Daisy after icing her, we saw like a glimpse of the kind of infection taking over his chest and everything. So I think that could be the thing killing him, or it could be one of the things killing him. But then we also know about the deal he made with Ghost Rider as well. So that's got to factor into somehow. We got to find out exactly what that deal was, like if he's going to become a new one, or if his soul's going to be damned to hell, or what's going to happen. And then we're going to find out exactly what the options are that the team can and cannot take. So that's gonna be an interesting reveal. But then yeah, Coulson is dying, and now Elena knows. But then she also said that the team finding out and then wanting to save him is what actually led them down. Was one of the things that actually led them down this path. So yeah, we had Deke and Enoch on the Zephyr too. They had to help kind of power up the portal and actually power the kind of the shard piece in the Zephyr and connect it to the bigger newly built monolith piece that Flint had. Yeah, Flint rebuilt the monolith too. They got Flint into Cassius Dome and actually had him kind of shifting rocks from space to Cassius's kind of lair and everything, and then he used that to even then one small shard of monolith actually kind of metamorph the others into one giant kind of rock, so like he pretty much identical to the one that brought them here in the first place, and then they used that to try and get back home. So there was that, but then I think question still stands as to whether or not Elena and Mac and Simmons made it back, because then they had to meet up with Mac and save him, and then they had to try and rendezvous there, and then they had to actually hurry up and get to Cassius' place, because then in the end the only people who were really there were I think Flint. Well, no, I think Flint left because then we saw him in the mid credits with Tess, and he's about to rebuild the Earth. Now they actually have the globe again. They have all the rocks surrounding the Earth that used to be a part of the Earth. So now they have the new plan of actually rebuilding the Earth and rebuilding their home and saving their people. So that's the thing. But then I think in the monolith room where I think Coulson, May, Fitz, and Daisy, the iced Daisy, and everything. So I think we have to find out if they're going to put it. Well, we have to find out if they're going to pull like another thing where only some of them make it back and the rest of them have to do something else, or what's going to happen. But yeah, no, I think that was a tense that was a tense cliffhanger. It was a tense cliffhanger actually seeing if they made it back, and even more tense knowing that Enoch warned Deke that using him to power even though he volunteered himself, like using him to power the machine would actually end up killing them both, and potentially even killing people in the surrounding areas like the lighthouse too. And I think he said it would atomize anyone standing next to him. So Deke got to find out if our boy Deke survived, or if he's gonna make it back, or what's gonna happen there. So that's gonna be another kind of journey to have. But yeah, I think I'm hoping at least I'm hoping Deke and Enoch made it too, because I think we've only had them for like the first kind of, like pretty much since the start of this season, which was like 10 episodes. So only still like a handful, only a handful. I mean, even especially with this season still being 22 episodes, only a handful, only really a handful. So gotta wait and see exactly what their plan is there. Like hopefully they survive and hopefully they can actually make it back and everything. So yeah, I don't want to lose Enoch. I don't want to lose Deke. The Deke is cool. Deke is cool. He's a cool. He like I said before, better, hotter version of Star Lord. So can't lose him. Can't lose him. And I think now, like now that he knows he's lost pretty much all of his family, I think he can very easily find the new one in the Shield team. The Shield team is pretty much one of the prime examples of a found family on TV, so he can very easily find a spot and make himself warm and welcome and comfortable within the Shield team. So maybe even find a new family in there. So hopefully, and then Enoch too. Enoch has been nothing but like a very very kind of primed and very loyal kind of ally to Fitz, especially like he helped Fitz all the he took care of Fitz all those years while he was sleeping, and he actually helped him set him up and helped him find his family again. So Enoch is easily a part of the family. He's easily like the vision of the Agents of Shield too. He's easily as efficient as unique and as cool and as special as Vision and everything. So he's easily like a newfound potential member of the Shield family. So we got to keep our boys alive. We've got to keep our boys alive, and hopefully Mac and Elena and Simmons actually made it back too. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So then I think Daisy was iced too. She pretty much refused after getting Coulson made a potential way out of there. She kind of refused, like she did not want to take that chance of actually knowing that she was possibly the reason the Earth was destroyed. She didn't want to have to go back and actually confirm that or even take that chance. So there was that thing, and then the conflict came with Coulson not wanting to lose anyone else, and him especially not wanting to lose Daisy either. So then he iced her, and then he carried her away. So we'll see exactly how Daisy feels once she gets back and realizes she's in the present day again. So we'll see how that story goes, and actually find out exactly what the timeline of events is that leads up to this stuff, and see if anything can be changed and how much of it can be changed, and just what the more kind of finite details of the timeline are, like who comes, because even Voss mentioned that aliens fall from the sky and all that kind of stuff. So I think again, I've kind of forgotten it over the course of this kind of opening, because so much has changed in terms of story. Like they literally jumped into the future and so much changed and everything. So I think so far, I think that much I loved about the arc. The fact that we, as an audience, definitely found out just as much about this timeline and its story as much as the characters did. It was definitely like a journey we took along with the characters. Like I absolutely loved that aspect of it and everything. And it was definitely I think to taking that jump too definitely kind of felt a bit like a storytelling race. But I think they definitely, I think for me they definitely pulled off. They definitely kept it exciting and interesting and mysterious and scary at times, and it just definitely kind of worked as an opener. So now going back home and finding out if they can prevent the kind of disaster that's kind of coming will be an equally fun kind of story to grab hold of and see how it all goes down. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to it. As always, always intrigued for a new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. story and seeing how they handle it and what goes down and everything. So it should be fun. So yeah, I think Flint, like I said, gonna be rebuilding the Earth. So I think that was that then became the new Plan B. Plan A was to rebuild the Monolith and get the Shield team home, but then now Plan B, at least in their future. But then I'm wondering if they do prevent what's coming, if they do prevent the quake and everything, then does that erase the future? Like, I mean, that has to erase the future, because then that whole future exists because of the quaking. So if they can actually, if they can stop Daisy, or if Daisy can even stop herself from actually quaking the world apart, then that means that I don't think it means that they don't exist anymore, but I think maybe or maybe I think maybe it could, maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe they exist in like different ways, like how Barry doing Flashpoint meant that baby Sarah became baby John in the Flashpoint timeline, because then he like that changed. So maybe Flint isn't born, or he's born as a girl instead, or I don't know. But or maybe Tess isn't born. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna explore that, if they're gonna do like their own little Flashpoint thing. I mean, I feel like that would have been the framework. I mean, kind of like the framework is like an alternate universe with different choices and different decisions and everything. But then I think that ripple was a as everyone actually kind of having to do like a different choice too. So I don't know, but either way, I mean, you know, I think, I mean, we kind of had our time with them, so I think it's not like they'd be dying, but I mean, we had our time with them, and they definitely kind of went through their own journeys and their own developments and everything. So it was still cool to see, but I don't know. I guess, you know, I think priority now is to make sure that the future never happens, because then even, I mean, that future wasn't necessarily a good one either. People suffered, people died, and I think, you know, the whole point was to kill them so that Voss's whole thing was to kill them so that the future never went down. So this would be changing the future in like a much less lethal way too. Actually, like no planet Earth destroyed, none of that stuff. So this way, you know, just no one dies. Just some people might just not exist or exist in the same way anymore. So I think that's arguably preferable to people losing their homes and their families and dying. So either way, I guess we will find out what happens. Then yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to it. I think like the little tidbit of Fitz being willing to kill too. Fitz being willing to kill those creepers so you know, fluidly and so, you know, lethally too, like using the wire thing to behead them all in one fell swoop, and you know, that kind of stuff, kind of worrying Gemma too, the fact that he'd be going that far and be willing to go that far and all that kind of stuff too. So I mean, I'm curious to see if they'll still be carrying out the framework scars in this too, like if they go back home, because then, you know, because if they do go back home, then they have to prevent this stuff, but then if they do go back home, then they'd still be going back to the present day, so then it would still be after S.H.I.E.L.D. gets destroyed and all the framework stuff happened and everything else. So I'm curious as to who else they might run into, who else they might meet again, and what else they might have to do to prevent the future from happening. So I guess we'll see. I'm actually very excited for this, because now we just go back to like a whole new set, like a similar setting, but like a whole new story, a whole new kind of, you know, kind of like jumping back into the past and getting back to their time and actually seeing what else can happen. So yeah, but that is pretty much all I've got from the last episode. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So on to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 11. Let's go. Come on, this is good music, this is happy music. That's a cool poster. That's a really cool poster. Cool. Hero. Quake. Oh, Quake is my... I need that poster. I need that poster. I don't care how much it costs. I need that poster. I'll be willing to sell my soul for that poster. I don't care. David Bowie, that's also cool. Yeah, who has that poster? Who is a Quake fangirl like me? Who is a Quake fangirl like me? Who? Oh, is that Buttercup? Wait, was she meant to be Buttercup or Bubbles? I don't know. That's Dove Cameron though. That's Dove Cameron. Whoa, it's her. Put your phone down when you can just be the military lady. Drooling moron. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's Dove Cameron though. She was meant to be in that CW Powerpuff thing that was meant to happen with Chloe as Blossom. Oh damn, she's in this. Okay, that's cool. So she's Ruby. Okay. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I actually need that poster. I will happily replace this. You know, these boys have had their time. I will happily replace this.
You're obsessed with Daisy Johnson.
Quake.
Taste. My orders are to capture her.
Taste. I really don't. I think she's been in a bunch of other Disney stuff, but I've never seen her in anything else. The team, half the team. Oh, the team! The team made it back. Wait, Deacon Enoch. Where are my boys? Where my boys at? Where's Deacon Enoch? Patrick Warburton? So many faces. Well, two faces.
To understand the gravity. Project Reclamation is conducted through secure communications known as electronic mail.
Email.
Our agents
Jesus.
were instructed to gather you.
How old is this? Monolith! Oh, Monolith 1, 2, 3! What is this? What the shit?
I'm Noah. I'm a sentient chronicom from a planet which revolves around
this
a star.
fucker's a chronicom too?
Constellation-
Cygnus. He's a chronicom. Noah.
You're a chronicom.
Noah?
I am.
Did you knock your knock?
I did.
You monitor it and do nothing about it.
Oh, is it
Yes,
observation
we
only?
observe without interfering.
What a
Unless there
surprise!
is-
Distinction level
Yeah,
event.
what a
Yes,
surprise.
the story.
You'd be surprised how frequently S.H.I.E.L.D. is mentioned.
We have a small but active fan base.
A well-known politician attempting to delete his FBI files. An Asgardian is spotted in the city.
An Asgardian?
What's this one?
A small but active fan base.
Why? Does this event mean something to you?
Oh, I love how meta that line is. Oh, the light that came from the sky.
Figured you'd be
A
interested.
light from the sky,
This
yeah.
is what Voss warned me about.
And we're back.
Yeah. Small but active fan base. Let's go! Small but active fan base. Hell yeah. And I noticed too how they rebuilt the Earth in the in the new intro. Nice touch. The new rebuilt Earth. Oh yeah, breathe in that fresh Earth air again. Yeah, breathe it in, inhale it, exhale it. Hot dog stands, newspaper boxes, yeah. Birds, yeah. Police cars. Oh no, police cars. Yeah. So do they have to like readjust to society here, or have they still been acclimated the entire time?
It'll get us where we need to go.
This fits on the floor.
Okay, could be worse.
Fits on the
True.
floor.
We could be enslaved by an alien sociopath in a dystopian
Oh,
future.
look at him just.
Or we could be trapped inside a virtual reality fascist state.
Or stuck at the bottom of the ocean.
Or stop being a crazy robot lady.
Or falling out of a plane.
Yeah, we've been through
Daisy's
some shit.
mom.
We're fighting Daisy's dad.
Or dancing.
Yeah, we've been through some shit. Four seasons, now 5. We've been through some shit. We've been through.
Top of the lists, all the lists.
Yes, it seems you are the object of much interest right now.
You didn't think to mention that
Every
before?
local PD has our picture,
Just how badly wanted they were?
which means to anyone with a badge, we're famous.
They used older pictures too. Yeah, they used really old pictures. Yeah. Shit, guys, you need to be very extra careful. Super duper extra careful, beans. Yeah. Oh, Eno! Oh no, Duke, Deke. Where's Enoch? Did you bring Enoch with you? Oh, Deke's travelled back in time. Deke's travelled back in time. He's years before he's even born. Yeah, he's in the past. He's like Marty McFly. Yeah, he's like Marty McFly up in this. Oh, and he's feeling the real world. He's feeling Earth for the first time. Oh. I'm so happy for him. He's actually feeling Earth for the first time.
Not from here.
Hey, I get it. It's a pretty trip.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, that'll probably stop when whatever you took wears off.
He finally has some. He wanted to be high on something, now he finally has some. Oh, I'm so happy for him. He gets to experience, like, surface level Earth for the first time. Yeah. I'd buy a fresh... Oh, you don't have any money. No. Ice cream. No, well, at least he gets to experience ice cream. Yeah. A bar. A real bar. A real bar. Alcohol. He can try everything. He can try everything. Does he have any money, though? Does he actually have any money? Like, credits and whatever won't work here. You need actual dollars. One glass of beer.
Ooh. Oh. God, that does not taste like it looks. Do you have anything else that's like this, but delicious?
Delicious beer. Wine. Give him some wine. Give him some wine. Or a soda. Oh, a soda. A citrus beverage. A soda. A soda. Oh, you love soda. He's like a little kid. Oh, burgers and fries. Oh, I'm so jealous of Deke right now. I am so jealous of Deke eating a burger and fries for the first time, eating food for the first time. Onion rings. Oh, no pickles. No, thank you. No pickles. No. Penguins. Rib pie. Yeah. Oh, this is so legitimately good.
Because that's how people pay for things here. Now, here.
Now, here and now. Here and now.
Okay. Dude. No, it's okay, man. I'm from the future.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. The Zephyr, our baby, our aeronautic baby. Our aeronautic baby. How have you been? How have you been, love?
If I adjust the frames per second.
Adjust that FPS. Adjust the FPS. 40 FPS.
Being sent from Earth.
To call the Kree to Earth.
Oh, they're calling the Kree.
Now someone's using it again.
They're calling the Kree down to do the thing. To, you know, they're the aliens. They're calling the Kree down. Daisy, you need to find Deke.
Kidnapped us and then took us to another time.
As has been thoroughly explained, that was an extinction-level event. Also, it was Enoch.
It was...
Enoch is very reckless.
Uh-huh.
But you know this, you've met him.
He's the Castiel of the Chronocoms then. He's the Castiel of the Chronocoms.
But first I'm gonna need your clothes.
Are we gonna get Daisy another suit? Are we gonna get Daisy in yet another suit? Don't you tease me. Don't you tease me like that. Daisy in a suit, like a black tie, suit, pants, just... okay, alright.
Wait.
Oh, there's one. Thought someone was gonna like pop up out the screen or something.
Not another step, bro.
Piper!
Piper?
Piper!
Hey guys.
Didn't she die? Is she alive? Well, she's here. That's
The exact people I needed to show up just showed up.
that's what matters. Piper's here.
Feelings mutual. Trust me.
Piper!
What are you doing here?
So she been running S.H.I.E.L.D. in their absence? Has she been trying to do her thing with S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Food that was shaped like animals. Like, that was a totally caught me by surprise. I get...
Hi there.
Yes?
Chief Wellens, is it? I'm here for Deke Shaw over there. I'm his data science social worker.
Well, he didn't mention a social worker was supervising him.
Sonara. Sonara Smith. It's Portuguese. Sonara.
Oh, she looks so good.
He wandered off during a day trip. Out in alert when I lost
No,
him.
not even the tie, just a top button.
What are Mr. Shaw's issues?
I mean, how much time do you have, sir?
He told us he was saving the world.
Imagine that.
Not the first guy we picked up has made big claims.
Who else?
Lots of work cut out for you with this one.
Is it other drunk people? Or... Oh god, she looked amazing. Daisy in suits is one of the best things that S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has given to me. Daisy Johnson in suits, plural. That's how good this show has been to me. That's how good it's been to me.
So you came here to warn the staff.
Yeah, and to kick the blue ass of anything that showed up. I was trained well.
But who is it gonna call down though? Who exactly is it gonna call down? Is it the same beacon as last time? The exact same?
There's still paperwork you need to fill out.
Yeah,
Paperwork.
of course. Whatever you need.
Is he gonna have like is he gonna have a criminal record now? Or?
Bang, Zima.
Why do you show up in another time and like immediately get
You even tried Zima? Store window, there was his green apples and steaks and his thing called gummy bears.
Oh, I love gummy bears.
I love gummy bears. Is sterilization pellets.
Yeah,
I love this place so much.
Yeah, but it's not all fun and games, okay?
This was installed by hand. A little sloppily, if you ask me.
I told you, I don't do science.
Piper?
Relax. No one needs to get hurt.
Piper? What's this? Oh no. Piper, no. Whoa, who's this? Who's this?
The beacon.
The beacon wasn't meant
It
to
was
call
meant to
aliens.
call S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was meant to call you.
They would recognize it and notice. Oh, Piper, no. Piper.
Your orders?
Kill them.
There we go. No killing today. No killing today, lads. Oh, yeah, May. Mama May into action. Come on, keyboard to the face. Oh god. Oh god, there we go. And what was that about no killing? Huh? What was it about?
Guaranteed our safety.
Whoa. Oh, they're robots. They're robots. Are they LMDs?
No, Hale is an ally.
Hale knows about LMDs. This is. Oh, blades. Oh. Oh, that's how she loses her arms. Yo. Oh god, I thought it literally went through her actual body and she was gonna fall apart. No, that's how she loses her arms. It wasn't even Cassius. It was Fancy Blade Lady. Oh god. Well, we know her arms don't get... well, no, they could replace her arms. That was different. Change that about the future. Yeah, replace her arms. Give her, like, metal arms or bionic arms or something. Yeah. Oh, poor Yo-Yo. I was so scared. I thought it would actually go through her body for a second and she'd end up being split apart or something. But no, just the arms. Who on earth are you? Okay, I don't know if this... I don't know if this could be General Hale. Maybe, no. Could it be Ruby? I don't know if it could be Ruby. I think we don't know enough about her. We really don't know enough about, like, if she has any abilities or if she has any kind of other stuff going on. General Hale? It's Ruby, isn't it? It's Ruby. It's Ruby. She's the Fancy Blade Lady.
We had them right where we wanted them.
We didn't have Daisy Johnson. You promised me
Daisy Johnson.
She didn't
Oh,
show
she
up
wants
tonight.
Daisy
Well,
Johnson.
I think if I keep cutting her friend's arms off, she will.
Oh boy. Okay.
You're my daughter. And a disappointment.
Oof. That's hard to hear. Oh, whoa! Oh, that's not even a regular house. No, that's just a room inside a prison cell. That is fucked up. That is actually so fucked up.
Run.
What?
Run.
Is it gonna explode?
Go. Now!
It's gonna explode? Noah! Noah! No! Noah! Oh, is that Carl Creel? Is that the Crusher?
Mr. Creel.
That's Carl Creel. Oh, they're bringing Crusher back.
Figured I'd see you again soon.
Ah.
Yes, well, I'm not interested in a hired gun.
She's interested in a weapon, in a soldier.
I'm putting together a team.
She's assembling a team of her own, of what, like, evil people, like, potentially bad. I mean, you know, he tried to do good with Talbot. Oh, good God. Good. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Oh God, you know when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just does such good introductory episodes for a new arc, like in like understand like a new arc, like not just a new season, because if there's one thing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. knows how to do, it's a good arc. It's a good enjoyable arc within a season, you know. So when they do like a good solid introductory episode for an arc, just we need to bow down to the writers, to the cast, the crew, the producers, everyone involved in making this show what it is. We are obligated as the small but active fan base. We are obligated as a small but active fan base to bow down, you know, to kneel before the Shield crew, to the Agents of Shield crew, just to thank them for what they do for us, what they give us, and everything. This show. Good God, I love this show. I love this show so much. God, I really don't know why I didn't get into this sooner. I don't know why I either kept putting it off, or I didn't care enough about it, or they think they just weren't there just weren't really enough to people talking about it. Like I was aware of it like almost the entire time, but then I just didn't really kind of hear enough people talking about it. It just wasn't really talked about enough. So this is your hint. Go watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Go watch it. This is too good. But no, yeah, this was such a good solid intro. This was such a solid and such a appropriate and well done introductory episode for an arc and everything. Just so much to talk about, so much happened in this. But yeah, where do I start? So yeah, I mean, well, yeah, the team made it back. The team, they most of them made it back. Everyone but Enoch. I'm really worried about Enoch, because I think even before the monolith went off, he was not looking too good. He was the one responsible for the monolith going off, because he was using himself to actually charge up the machine. So he was the reason that his friends actually got back, because otherwise the machine didn't have enough power. So really hoping Enoch didn't die in that thing or anything. I don't know if I can get like another Enoch, but I don't really want just another Enoch. I want our Enoch. I want the Enoch we had back and everything. You know, like I don't even know. Just oh God, just I want our Enoch back. I want Enoch back. But when Deke made it back, I was like, oh God, okay, thank God. Thank God he at least made it. I don't know if he would actually come back with them, but then I think based on what he said too, it made sense. Like the monolith or the rock that was there actually liquefied and grabbed him just as the machine went off, so kind of makes sense then, and the monoliths were connected too, so kind of makes sense. But yeah, and I think it's also interesting, I think, yeah, because I think even then Fitz actually mentioned like, so it takes you back into the same place but just a different time, so same place, different time. So then that must, but then I think then that kind of has me on, because then we saw, I think for me that still doesn't answer the question. Like we saw they were all in the same room when the monolith grabbed them to begin with. I think they were put into that dark room with the one light and then the monolith in front of them, but then they were scattered around the ship. So I think I don't know exactly how that one works. Like maybe if the people maybe if that time the people controlling it from here could change something, or I don't know. But either way, they travel back through the lighthouse. So back 70 years earlier. So I think probably, I don't know, but I think for now, for this now, I think it'll probably be like 2017 or 18 or something. I think if they're still going to bother keeping up with the mainstream MCU, then maybe around 2018, which is at like around the time that Infinity War would take place. So no idea if they're gonna bother building up to that, or if they're gonna actually link that in any way, even with like a simple reference, like a name drop or something. I thought they would do the aliens in the sky thing, the lights in the sky. I thought they might do that as like a Thanos thing, or like maybe one of the ships coming by or something. I think that would be the craziest though, because I think when we see the ship in New York, there's no confirmation if they're even in New York. Because I'm not entirely sure where the lighthouse actually is in America, so I can't remember. I can't remember exactly where it is in America. I think it was on the postcard, but I can't remember what the postcard looked like. But yeah, so then the team was sent back to the lighthouse, but then also same place. I think they were still in the part I think maybe the part where because it's in the same place, but then is that the exact same spot? Because then obviously it would look different because I think the time hasn't passed and the Kree haven't come and they haven't turned into Cassius Domain yet. But I think would that place still count as Cassius Domain? I don't know, but either way, they're back in the lighthouse. You're back, just years earlier and everything. So that's what matters. That's what counts. So the team were all back. They all made it back, and even at the very last minute, even in the first blip, the team actually, the rest of the team like Simmons and Mac and Yo-Yo made it back too. So huzzah. But yeah, no, I think Deke made it back far later. Far later. So I'm pretty sure he did. I don't know, because I think it was like a different scene, and scene cuts can mean that it takes place at the same time, but it's in a different place. I don't know if that's meant to be like a scene cut like that, or if it's actually meant to be that, because maybe because he travelled through a smaller monolith, it took more time to materialize him here or something. So I don't know, maybe the bigger the monolith, the more kind of power, or the less time it takes to transport you. But I don't know, either way, it sent him back here. And I think for him too, lucky for him, he literally gets transported outside, like outdoors, out on the actual surface of the Earth and everything. So, yeah, the team entirely made it back. The team all made it back, minus Enoch. So we gotta find out what happened to Enoch. Gotta find out what happened to our little Chronicon boy. So, yeah, all in due time. Hopefully, all in due time. And yeah, I think it's safe to. I think it's somewhat safe to actually point out now that I think it might be. Only been one episode so far, so but it might be the case that maybe, just maybe, the lighthouse is the new shield base. It works, and it already has the shield projection thing. I think it was actually. I think it might have been built by Shield. It might have been built by Shield because of the Rick Stoner. That's a good cool name. Rick Stoner, that dude, played by Patrick Warburton. I think he's Joe from Family Guy. I think he was Jeff on Rules of Engagement, that old sitcom thing. He was there. I think he was in one of those one of those Seth MacFarlane movies. I think was it A Million Ways Down the West? I think is that. He was in. I don't know. He was in one of those live action Seth MacFarlane. He doesn't have any others, but he was in one of those Seth MacFarlane movies. I think as one of those kind of cameos or something, the celebrity cameos he gets. Because I think Ewan McGregor was in that one too. Ewan McGregor was in Million Ways Down the West too. So he might have been in that, or he might have been in something else. I don't know. But he's been in like a Seth MacFarlane thing before, and he voices Joe on Family Guy, so that's cool. So yeah, so he's in this. He's Rick Stoner. I think but just he's Rick Stoner. I think he talked about Project Reclamation and everything. So like I think talking about like saving the world, or like actually, Reclamation probably. I think I need to go back and actually watch that clip again, because I think I was so flabbergasted at Patrick Warburton. I forgot to listen to what he was actually saying. But I think I think even Coulson mentioned like a 1972 kind of thing that was averted, like some kind of crisis that was averted because of this. I think people built the lighthouse way back when to act as like an emergency shelter, maybe, because even the speeches he was giving was like, oh, put your personal belongings into the lock boxes, and actually like being like an actual kind of like a tour guide for like an underground shelter thing. I think that is essentially how the lighthouse works too, like somewhat like an underground shelter. So, and it's pretty much what it's used as in the future too, like an actual shelter for people to be in, a rather dictatorial one, but still. So there's that, and I think the Shield logo, the actual SS. I think was it the SSR? I think like the original Shield logo, because I think that one is like a lot more kind of stylized and stuff. So he showed the original logo, the original logo before it showed him. So I think it was like an actual Shield thing that was built. So Shield built the lighthouse, so trust Shield to build a very covert and incredibly secure and incredibly cool kind of underground base that can be used by the team. So we've gone from the bus to I think from the bus to yet again the bus, but then also I think also the playground, then we had that for a couple of seasons, and then we went from having the playground and the bus to the playground and the Zephyr, and we still have the Zephyr to this season, so that's good. Hope no one destroys the Zephyr. And then from the playground to we didn't really have much for the framework, and then after that we had the lighthouse in the future, and now we have the lighthouse in the present day. So it'll be cool to see what we get to do here, what we get to see, and if they're gonna actually treat it as their home, or if they're gonna. I mean, they can. They might as well, because it's literally all they've got at this point anyway. So yeah, gonna be interesting to see how things go down. It's gonna be interesting to see how things go down here. So, and yeah, we met Ruby. Yeah, played by Dove Cameron. Yeah, so this was somewhat of a surprise. This is somewhat. So I think the only other thing I think I remember. Like, because obviously the Powerpuff Girls thing was promoted too. I think that is like the last kind of more vivid thing that I actually remember seeing her pictures in and seeing her being promoted and everything like the Powerpuff Girls thing. And I think surprise, I think Chloe Bennett actually left that too. She was originally meant to be a part of that, so she left. So then production had to be halted, and now they have to find a new Blossom. So that has to be a thing. I think honestly, like it hasn't been divisive. I think a lot of people have been against the CW's Powerpuff Girls. A lot of people have been against it, but then people have also kind of been excited, and I think excited to see Chloe being Daisy again. I think it might have been in those. I might have seen like a couple of comments here and there of like, oh, it'll be cool to see Dove Cameron and Chloe Bennett reunite for this. And I was like, has she been on this? Has she been on something else? I think she at least. I think Dove used to be. I think she was like a Disney star in like other projects. I think in what's it called, like Descendants or something. I think there's like a really kind of like a live action thing that they used to do. I think there's like a couple of movies on Disney called Descendants. I think she was probably on that. But then I was like, oh, I think Chloe kind of been a part? To my knowledge, her first kind of Hollywood kind of thing with Shields. I think, has she been on this? Has she been on something else? Have they worked elsewhere before? So I was like, I don't know, but but then as I actually seeing this, I was like, oh, she's on this. Wait, I think because then like I was like, oh, like is this what they actually meant? Like had she actually shown up on Shield before? So lo and behold, yeah, she's in Agents of Shield. So yeah, so that was a surprise and a half. So but yeah, she was meant to be Bubble. I think she's meant to be Bubbles on. She is. I think she and I think Yana Perrault. I think who's playing Buttercup. I think they're both still signed on. They're both still a part of that project. So there's that. But I think Chloe. I think for like various different reasons, I think Chloe kind of signed off on it and actually left the thing like halfway through. So now they have to find a new Blossom, and then get to filming. So yeah. Yeah, and now there's talks of people wanting to see Daisy in Secret Invasion, because that's gonna have stuff like I think that's gonna do like I think that's gonna be like Kree stuff too. So but I think Daisy actually I think Quake is actually like a part of the actual Secret Invasion comic books and everything. I think her and I think potentially the Inhumans too. I think play like a part in Secret Invasion maybe. But I think apparently Quake is in it, Daisy's in it. So now people really want to have Chloe return to the big screen. I mean, I think that one's gonna be like an actual series. I think Secret Invasion is gonna be an actual Disney Plus series. So people really want her to come back, which I would love to. I just hope I can actually catch up in time. I hope I can. I mean, I think they're like a bit of the ways through filming. I think they're like part of the ways through filming and stuff. So I think hopefully I can actually. I think that's only like a 2023 thing. So I think hopefully I can catch up in time with this show and be ready for any surprises or any returns in Secret Invasion or anywhere else that she might pop up. So that would be cool. But yeah, Dove Cameron, she is Ruby. She is Ruby, the daughter of General Hale, the kind of evil army lady, the army lady that we met back in the Hunter and Fitz episode that we had a while back, the flashback thing. She was the woman who the authorities that actually found Fitz in the bar and everything in the diner even, and they actually kind of imprisoned Fitz and had him working non-stop to try and find the team and find out where they went and who took them. That happened, and then I think towards the end, I think in the end too, because her people failed to find them on time, I think she shot both of them, she killed both of her agents, her people. And everything, and then she actually actively talked about finding. I think she wanted to find Robin. She wanted to find Robin, and she wanted to weaponize her. She wanted to actually turn her into a weapon, actually use her in the army's fight against like any other kind of threat. I think maybe like an inhuman threat or like any threat that came their way. So I think she wanted to actively find her and actually weaponize her and everything. So there's that. But now we found out that Ruby might potentially be her daughter as well. I think I don't know if that's like an actual genuine biological mother-daughter relationship, or if maybe she's like, brainwashed her or tricked her or done something else to convince her that she's her mother. Maybe because either way it's twisted, but then actually treating her actual daughter like this is also just a really twisted thing to do. But I think again she explicitly stated that she wanted to weaponize Robin. So I think her behaving this way towards Ruby, even if she was her daughter, I think doesn't really surprise me all that much either. So there's that. But then the even more twisted thing, then the misconception we're under the entire time is that she might actually be leaving work and going home to visit Ruby, but no, the bedroom's a fucking fake. The bedroom, the entire thing's a fake. Like a well-designed bedroom. That probably with Ruby's design input, because I don't think General Hale would willingly put any kind of Quake is my hero poster. By the way, again, I'll reiterate, I need that poster. I will happily do these boys at their time. I'll happily replace this poster with a nice big shiny Quake is my hero poster. Quake, like Ruby gets me. That exact same energy is how I'm at. So I'll happily replace this poster and stick this flag back on the Quake is my hero poster and everything too. So I need to find out if like Etsy or something has that poster, and get a hold of a copy of that myself. So yeah, that would be if I can find it, and if I can get the time to buy it, then that'll be my newest kind of decor purchase. So that is such a cool poster. Quake is my hero, just everything. And then I think she has a David Bowie one too, and some other kind of stuff. So I think that clearly her interior, at least, like despite how illegitimate it is, I think she's at least tried to legitimize it with her own interior design input kind of details and everything. So I think maybe to even somewhat humanize her, or to at least somewhat stabilize her mental state, I think maybe they've actually let her kind of design her own thing and actually have it be her own thing and everything. So yeah, but that's twisted though. That is actually twisted. So I think and I think she's also the fancy blade lady. The blade lady that actually showed up at the end at the actual base thing where the where the beacon was. I think she showed up. She had like a whole suit and like a helmet and a hood, like a hood and a helmet, and then she had like she has blades on her back too. So she throws them. So I don't know if she's actually superpowered, or if maybe she's inhuman, maybe, because then. If she's inhuman and she has powers, then clearly Hale would want to weaponize that. But then maybe if she's not, maybe if it's technology, maybe it's actually kind of, because I think she can get the blades back too. So if they're not boomerangs, then maybe she throws them and she can summon them back with like magnetism or something. Or if she's inhuman, maybe she can actually kind of control objects or whatever. But either way, she's got some fancy blade moves. She got some fancy kind of knives and everything. So yeah, she seems cool. Besides from the whole chopping off Yo-Yo's arm thing, that was uncool, and the whole kind of instigating an actual kill order on the S.H.I.E.L.D. team and everything. But yeah, no, she seems fine. I think again, like a massive Quake fangirl. She's a huge Quake fangirl. I think she even mentioned how S.H.I.E.L.D. were pretty much perceived to be the good guys before, so that must mean that they're still the good guys now, and even questioning if her mother is really one of the bad guys or the good guys and everything. So, and she wants Daisy Johnson. So, she is actively, I think she's actively agreeing to these S.H.I.E.L.D. missions in the hopes that she'll get to meet Daisy, but then, I think she has the poster, so that I think she has the poster, so that does imply some sense of like admiration or adoration or some sense of support for her. But then I think I don't know. I mean, if she's willing to hurt the team that Daisy works with, then I guess you can kind of question her motives. Like, oh, do you really support Daisy, or are you just like if you're willing to hurt her friends, then and even that was her orders too, because then her mother said you were supposed to do that. You were trained better than this. You were meant to do this quickly and cleanly, and then like you probably weren't meant to kill them either and everything. So So she actively went against orders and she chose her own orders, which were to kill. So, got to kind of question her motives. Kind of got to question her motives and what she really wants and everything. So, yeah. But yeah, she is a Quake fangirl. So I guess we have that much in common. And yeah, Yo-Yo lost her arms. And yeah, I think that's how it happens. I thought Cassius would have been the one to take off her arms and maybe do like a more brutal version of extracting the blood. Like instead of sticking needles into her arms, he just chops her arms off and then bleeds them dry or something. But no, this is how she loses her arms. This is how it happens. And I think from the future that we saw, she still doesn't get any replacements for them. So I think Cassius didn't really care to replace them and just kind of get the way she was. So yeah, I think even her words, it's already happening, it's already started. So this is how I think this is like the first thing that we've seen happen. The fact that because I think maybe I think it like the Kree coming down happens in a different way or like at a different time or something. So I don't know exactly how it happens. Or maybe it can't now because the machine blew up. But yeah, with Yo-Yo, I think when the blade went through, because I think that blade looks pretty big and swift and clean, so I thought, Yo-Yo jumping in front of it would mean it would actually go through it, like it might take her arms, but then actually might go through her body, and she might end up that would be like a gruesome death for her to have, like maybe like if it actually split her body apart and actually her top half just went toppling down and she actually died or something like that. That would be gruesome, but hey, S.H.I.E.L.D., even this season alone, S.H.I.E.L.D. has actually done some gruesomeness. I thought, that would be a horrible way to lose her as well. It'd be a really shitty death for her to have. But then, we've lost people in really surprising and really horrible ways before, so it wouldn't be the first time. And maybe that would even be like the writer's sick way of actually changing the future too. If Yo dies here, then she can't be in the future, and then that would be one thing that changes. But no, I think going forward now, I think if they give her different arms, if they like that would be the change. Like so she loses her arms, but then in the future she had no arms. So give her some metal arms, give her some like Winter Soldier stuff. I think they probably don't have vibranium, but still give her some super strong, durable, flexible, super cool bionic arms or metal arms or something, so she can actually have those and everything. So that would be really, really cool. So that'd be fun. But I think even like her biggest fear being like her biggest fear besides from losing her arm being like, oh, this is how it starts, because then she immediately vividly remembers seeing herself all pale and sickly and like malnourished and everything, but then also missing 2 friggin' arms and everything. So yeah, but she's in Gemma's hands, Gemma Simmons, steady hands, just great skills, knowledge, intellect and everything, so she can do her very best to fix Yo-Yo up and everything. And then Fitz engineering, so like Gemma, healer, Fitz, builder. Fitz is an engineer, he can build us some mighty, choppers and everything. He can build us some mighty arms and hands and fingers and everything. He can build us something just tremendous. So Fitzsimmons, our science babies, just coming to the rescue as per usual. So next episode we'll see her being outfitted with some great new arms and everything. Just that's our babies, that's our science babies. So yeah, Yo-Yo, no arms. So for now, anyway. So yeah, and then we met Noah. Who's also a sentient Chronicom from the constellation of Cygnus, also a sentient Chronicom, somewhat fancier looking one. So this was Noah. I very vaguely recognize the actress for him from somewhere, but I can't exactly envision it. I think it feels like I definitely haven't seen him in like a while, but I think his face is familiar-ish, but I think could be the structure, could be something else, but I don't know. But either way, Noah, and Noah as well. I think it kind of makes me wonder if if they get sent to Earth with these names, or if the names are like a personal choice, like Enoch. To my knowledge, Enoch isn't a particularly human. I think I've never met anyone named Enoch, so I don't know if it's like a cultural thing from like another country, or if it's like a if that would be like a very alien name in this particular context. But I think Noah seems, I feel like Noah seems a bit more like it was actually meant to blend into. But I think Noah, that's like a recognizable human name. But then Enoch, I think it's a very literally the only place I've heard of it until now is this show. I've never met any Noahs, but I've heard of them. And also again, Noah is like a name that almost any English speaking person might recognize them. I mean, might not be like names like solely in the English language, but still, I think it's a name anyone who actually recognizes English might kind of recognize. I think Noah it's like a arguably more like an earthly name than Enoch is. Enoch, Enoch is a cool name. Enoch is a funky name, but yeah. But either way, Noah. We met Noah, and I think he was sent to kind of watch over the lighthouse. I think watch over Shield. And he was here when Shield returned. So I think he was probably here to prepare for Shield's return from the future. So, but yeah, he had been observing too. I think he had been observing too. I think he had like a similar-ish purpose to Enoch said he was sent to Earth like 30,000 years ago to actually record and observe and record human history. So he had that job. I think now with this one, Noah might have been sent a bit more recently and much later than him to prepare for Shield's return, but then also to actually monitor the lighthouse and actually watch through the monitors of the lighthouse to watch over the world and to be like, we separate the world from the much stranger world. So I think for me, like tying it back to the pilot episode with with Hill asking Ward what is it that Shield does, and then Ward's response being we protect the world from the much weirder world. So I think with this one, Noah kind of reiterating that, being like, we actually kind of hold the line from the world and the much stranger world beyond it, and all that kind of stuff too. But my absolute favorite line from him being like, Shield pops up on these monitors quite a lot, and Shield is referenced quite a lot. And I can't remember if it was him or May. I think either him or May. I think May and Mac were present. I think during. Although I think May and Fitz maybe. I think May and Fitz were present during that scene. So I think either one of them. But like that line, like Shield, it has a small but active fan base. There's a small but active fan base. That is just the most meta thing. I don't even know. I mean, it kind of had to be intentional. I think I don't even know if it was fully intentional, or if it's just like a cliche that actually ended, or like an improv thing that ended up working or something. But small but active fan base. That is the Shield fandom. That is the Agents of Shield fandom, with these reactions, with the way that this fandom supports and loves the show. Small but active. Small as in criminally underrated. But then active as in continuously still talking about the show, continuously getting other people into the show. That is this small but active is just that's just how this fandom actually is. That is exactly how the fan base is. I love that they actually pay some tribute and pay some recognition to the fandom with that line. So I think I might as well see that as like the writers themselves saying like, hey, we see you, we know you, and we love you. So might as well be the writers actually saying that too. We see you and we love you. We love you out there. So yeah, that is my favourite. God, I underestimate how much I would love that line. But yeah, small but active fan base. That's us. That's you and me. That's you and me. You at home and me here also at home. That's us. That's all of us. That's all of us. A small but active fan base that's fighting to keep Shield on the radar and to keep this little show that could up and running and up and supported and watched and everything. It is hot as hell. If you see me sweating on camera, then it's because it's warm as all hell. I mean, it's April now, so that sun is going to be blaring even brighter and hotter. So it's like it's like 9 p.m. So either way, you fucking get what I mean. But yeah, no, I love that line. I love that small but active fan base. That's so great. Yeah, that was cool. So yeah, we met Noah. And then we very swiftly, like, we had him for like an episode. So we had him and then we lost him. So I think Noah was great. Noah was easily so very great. So yeah, Noah, he gave his life to. He actually warned them of the thing warming up and everything. Then he actually got Fitz and Daisy out of there, and then but I thought he'd be running with them to escape, but then no, he pushed them away. He got them running and he pushed them away, and then he actually went back to enshroud himself over the beacon, and then the beacon blew up and him promptly with it. So R.I.P. to Noah. R.I.P. to Noah. Yet another agenda piece of alien plastic that we've lost. So yeah, R.I.P. to Noah. So yeah, hopefully now this will kind of help bring Enoch back into our midst too. I mean, didn't want to have to lose Noah just to bring back Enoch, but yeah, hopefully this actually helps them bring back Enoch in some way, or like just hope helps bring back Enoch sooner. Yeah, R.I.P. to Noah. R.I.P. Noah. He was great. He was a great help while he lasted. He actually helped them. He helped them settle back in to the lighthouse and into like a better lighthouse and everything. So, and he helped them with the operations and everything. So, R.I.P. to Noah. He was a good one. He was a good one. And yeah, we had Elena still being worried about Coulson and the future and everything. I think in the beginning she actually said, oh, maybe Gemma should take a look at you, Coulson. Because that scar looks really bad. It's not like you got anything else even worse on your body. That scar, that really minor scar that could be fixed with a stitch or two, is what looks really bad. But then her actually, we know it's her actually knowing what's really wrong with him. But then him being like, nah, it's cool. I'm Philly C. Philip. Is it R or J? I swear to God, ever since that blooper happened, ever since that blooper where Joel Stoffer actually mixed up the initials, I can't even remember which one is right. I think it's Philip J. Coulson. I think it has to be J. Philip, or is it Philip R? No, Philip R sounds more like the blooper. R sounds more like the blooper. J. Philip, pretty sure it's Philip J. Coulson. But then I don't even know what his actual middle name is. If it's James or Joel or Jack or John, I don't know. I mean, Philip James Coulson sounds more right. Philip John, Philip James, Philip James, Philip John, Philip Joel, Philip Joseph. I don't fucking know. I think Philip James sounds a bit more right. I think I have to probably. Don't know if it gets revealed somewhere down the line, but otherwise I'll probably have to wiki it or somehow. But Philip J. Coulson, yeah, I think, yeah, either way, I think, Phil just pick a Coulson and be like, yeah, no, I'm Philly Coulson, Philly, Philly C, I'll be fine, so, yeah, but I saw a hint that, like, Elena knows deep down he's dying, something's happening, so she can either confront him about it, or she can actually wait until he brings it up himself, because I think he's going to need to bring the Ghost Rider thing up at some point, too. He's going to need to address that in some way, in some fashion, in some form, at some point soon. But yeah, she's worried about that, and then she's worried about that. She's worried about that, but then also because that's also like a factor in the team finding out and the team trying to save him, and then the Earth being destroyed and everything. So she knowing that extra piece of information as well as him means that she also has to fight those stakes and actually helping him and actually helping to change the course of the future and actually make sure the Earth doesn't get destroyed. So yeah, so Elena's got. I mean, it feels wrong now. I was literally going to say it feels like Elena's got a lot on her hands right now. But that just feels really wrong to say. That feels really, really wrong to say, especially after what just happened. So I think, her shoulders are fine. Her shoulders are fine. So Elena's got like a whole new weight, a whole new set of weights on her shoulders now. She has to actually, kind of control who knows and how they know and when they found out and actually, what the team does with this information. And everything, so yeah, so she's got that secret. She knows what's coming. She knows what's coming because she spoke to herself in the future, so she knows almost all. I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe even off screen, but like besides from that, maybe even off screen, her kind of future self might have told her just a little bit more, just like a few more details maybe. Or maybe if that's the other thing, because I think if she told her anything else, then I feel like maybe that's also something the audience should know. So then that way it makes more sense when she reacts to other stuff happening in the future. But then maybe that could be revealed through flashbacks. But I don't know. I think the main thing or the only thing could be Phil dying. So yeah, she's got some stuff. So I think now she needs to get a new arm first. She needs to worry about her own physical well-being first. She has to be healed up and patched up and get a new arm, courtesy of your boy Leopold Fitz. I'm gonna miss Marauder Fitz though. Oh god, Marauder Fitz was so great. Marauder Fitz was so. Yeah, he was great. He was great. So yeah, pretty much all the bus kids in the future looked hot. All the bus kids in the future looked hot and great, and they did great. So gonna miss Marauder Fitz though. Marauder Fitz was peak Fitz. I was peak Fitz. For me, that was peak Fitz. Yeah. Seriously though, come on, the shirt, the jacket, the neck scarf, the hair, just everything, and the stuff that like Daisy's kind of sleeves and her finger holes and the everything and the jacket and Simmons even again, bus kids, past, present, future, always just wow. So I'm gonna miss them, but now they're back home. They're back home where they need to be in order to actually do stuff and save the world and everything. So yeah, we can see how it goes. But yeah, so it's Elena. So Elena's worried, and she also needs to get some new hands. So yeah, and then yeah, Piper showed up. Piper. So she's back with S.H.I.E.L.D. now. So I think she made out that I think they talked about her haloing out of the Zephyr and trying to find some stuff and trying to do some stuff to try to conduct a mission. Now I can't even remember if she was down to find that. Now I can't. I think she probably was. I think I now can't remember if she was actually with Davis and the other guy in the finale, because I think they were killed by Ada. They were definitely killed by Ada, but then can't remember if she was actually with them or if she actually did something else and went somewhere else. But now we know for sure. I know for sure that she actually made it out and she was alive, and even with the team sent into the future too. That was things. Now I'm wondering exactly I'm wondering quite a couple of things now. But then it's on the one hand, it's how long were they gone? Because then they sent back in time, but then was it straight back to when they disappeared, or was it was it the same day? Was it a week or a month later, or? Because by the time they come back, they're definitely wanted. I think. Well, no. I think actually no. Because I think no. Because I think in the Fitz episode, in the Fitz Hunter episode, I think he was. I think I can't remember how long he was in prison for, but that was a while. That was enough time. Also due to stress, enough time for him to actually grow facial hair. So I think it had to be a week or a couple of weeks. At most, I think potentially a month. I think did he mention how long it was? I think 6 months or something. I think because when he came back and he first met Gemma, like when he proposed to her, I think he said 6 months, didn't he? I think he might have said 6. I think he said 6 months in a prison cell. I think, yeah, 6 months. I think yeah. So half a year. Damn. Fuck me. Okay. I think he mentioned in a sense he spent 6 months there, so they've been gone for 6 months. But then now they've come back though. I think well, no, that wouldn't work. Because then if they came back the same day, then that would mean that they were there when he was still there. But then he would be in the same timeline twice. I think that probably wouldn't work. So then but then kind of does the monolith control how far exactly how far back it sends you, or is it always 70 years or something? So. I don't know, probably, because then even the monolith was used a while afterwards too. Even the monolith itself was actually used a while afterwards. We don't know if it was used exactly 6 months after they actually landed there, but then that was still used a while afterwards. And I think that was a whole new monolith too. That was a monolith that was freshly built by Flint. So I think that was a different monolith. So I think that might have some new time parameters maybe, so that actually sends them back a while after they actually left in the first place. I think that gives them ample time for Piper to be out and about trying to do the shield thing, trying to still do the shield thing, and even her admitting that she actually became wanted along with them because she was shield. But then time enough for the actual shield team themselves to actually become the most wanted across the entire country, potentially the world. But for the sake of this being an American thing, them being most wanted across the entire country, every law enforcement agency and every law enforcement station that there is in the country, that's just to anyone with any sense of lawful authority, they are pretty much per people of interest. So yeah, but even that cop, I guess cops in general, just but I think that one cop, he just probably just didn't really kind of care enough to remember that. I think no one had really seen them in a while. I think they were wanted, but then they also genuinely hadn't been seen by anyone. I think there's a good enough chance that no one had been impersonating them or anything. So people genuinely just couldn't find them. Even Fitz couldn't find them. So what does that tell you? So. So I think that just gave them time gave them ample time to actually. I think maybe because of that too. I think maybe because of how deeply they were missing, how no one could find them anywhere on Earth. Maybe because of that they actually increased the actual search level too. To start off with, it might have been a really minor wanted level, like in GTA, how you have different kind of wanted levels too. If you're wanted by cops, it's 1 star. If you're wanted by even more cops, then it's 2, and then the higher it goes, you get a SWAT team, and then 5 stars, you got the freaking army on you, sending tanks and attack helicopters and all sorts of other shit on you. So maybe it's actual kind of GTA 5 thing. To start off with, it's just 1 star, maybe the authorities go, no, to start off with, because I think they sent in the army to start off with, so maybe start off with it was 3 stars, but then by the time. Even by the time Fitz disappeared with Hunter too, maybe then it's ramp it up all the way to 5 stars. We need every person with some kind of qualified authority in this country out looking for those shield agents. I think by the time come back, it's 5 stars on GTA just go into hiding. So yeah, but yeah, in that time. Piper was still out and about trying to be in hiding and avoid being captured, and still trying to do the shield thing too. But then she cut a deal. I think she then actually cut a deal with General Hale and was then You know, I wouldn't say misled because I think Hale wanted to bring them in. I wouldn't say misled because Hale wanted to bring them in. Hale wanted to bring them in, so she gave them the orders. But then it was Ruby, her daughter, who actually changed it to kill them on site in the actual lab and everything. So you know, that then changed the game for her, and then like Hale wanted to bring them in. Hale wanted to bring them in, so. Yeah, so I think she got a deal being like, oh, you work for us and we'll bring your friends in just for questioning and they'll be fine, like safety guaranteed and everything, so there was that. But yeah, that twist took me out. Piper actually pulling the gun on them and actually setting them up. I think even it being like, you know, she got there first and actively, you know, activated the beacon and everything, but then she did it because she knew that S.H.I.E.L.D. would be drawn to it being something they dealt with before, but also an alien thing. She drew them to it knowing it would actually like moth to a flame, so she drew them to it, and then she got them right where she wanted them and right where Hale wanted them, and then actually got them ready to be captured and everything. So Piper, I mean again, you can't blame her. I think she, given how alone she was, because I think her other two teammates were gone, just dead, killed by Ada and everything. I think she even talked about how she told Hale everything too. She told them everything because I think she was telling their story to her in the hopes of actually finding them. Like told them about Ivanov, about Radcliffe, about Ada, the LMDs, and the framework even potentially. Like just to tell them everything they need to know, everything they needed to know about the most recent adventures of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything. So yeah, just goddamn, she sold them out just like that. So. Yeah, I still love Piper though. I still like. I think she was definitely like definitely a desperate times desperate times calls for desperate measures. And she was alone the entire time. I think she probably didn't really have any contact with Hunter and Bobby. I mean Fitz even mentioned Hunter. I thought that might raise some questions among the others, but then I think they just kind of passed it off as like an actual he had help here, so that was cool. But then no other mention or reference to Bobby and Hunter. So I think Piper probably didn't meet up with them. But then that's even worse. Yeah, so then she really had no one else. She was on her own the entire time, still trying to keep up the S.H.I.E.L.D. fight and everything. And then the last hope she does have is potentially telling. Because even Talbot was too. I think they all mentioned how Talbot's still in a coma too. Talbot's still in a coma, and he's still under the kind of under the sheets and everything. So because of that, Hale's in his position, probably temporarily until he wakes up. But yeah, so because of that, there's no one else to really tell who might actually. There's no one else to tell that would actually understand the stuff because then she's still working in this kind of field. But then as we've seen, Hale is not interested in actually working politely or working nicely. She's interested in weaponizing. Inhumans and people with powers, you know, she's interested in actually weaponizing them and actually using them, you know, in very, very lethal servitude towards the U.S. government. So she's still not like even if like her, you know, like the safety was guaranteed under her watch, and even if she had like a no kill order, then she should probably just want to interview them before she recruited them or forced them to work for her or something. So. Yeah, so it's like, you know, like it's actually, you know, civility now and then lethality later with her. So yeah. As we can see, by the fact that the mid-credit scene was her recruiting Creel. We got Carl Creel, but I was going to say, because I honestly, I won't lie to you. I will not lie to you. I will not lie to you. After last season with the what if thing, with the ward, I was so sure. I was so prepared. I was ready. Like, if they bring this fucker back for a 5th season, like if this becomes a thing where they just find a new way to bring Ward back, you know, like he's dead, but now we get like an alternate universe, alternate reality version of him in What If. Like I was like, you know, if we get Ward again, just somehow in season 5, if we get Grant Ward again, I was like. I swear, this show is just like they're milking him, but in like in one of the best ways. But just I was like, on the one hand, I would have been like, oh great, Ward's back again. So this is like a tradition, finding new ways to bring him back for every episode. Like a Tom Cavanaugh thing on the Flash. But no, this after a while, I noticed that the actual kind of person under there was a bit too big. I mean, Ward was well built and he was physically capable and everything, but then Carl Creel is a trained boxer. I think he, you know, is someone who looks a lot buffer and like a lot more kind of built than Ward does. So I think after that, I think I noticed like the legs and the calves and everything. I was like, okay, this person has a lot more kind of muscle mass to them. So I was like, okay, wait, could that be? I was like, could it be Creel? But then, and the side profile too. I think the side profile I saw like his nose and his chin a little bit, and I was like, oh, that has to be Creel. That has got to be Creel. And then even her saying like, you know, oh, Mr. Creel, it's been a while. So. Yeah, Carl Creel, the Crusher's back. Yeah, I think he was right before this. He was Talbot's bodyguard. He was Talbot's bodyguard. So yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. So he's back now. I think he kind of like he actually he retired from government work after Talbot kind of went under the coma, because then I think he probably felt like he failed him and he failed the government. He wasn't really good enough for that. So I think now. He was just out jogging, but I think now maybe he does other work or he does something else. But then he explicitly also stated that he was not interested in being a government gun or like a gun for hire for the government or anything. So, yeah, but then Hale had another proposition for him, which was she's putting together a team. You know, she's putting together a team. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time we heard those exact words, I think to my knowledge, the last time we heard those exact words in such a propositional format was the post-credit scene, I believe, of The Incredible Hulk, the post-credit or the mid-credit, whichever one, of The Incredible Hulk, where, you know, William Hurt, Thunderbolt Ross, he was, R.I.P. to him as well, but William Hurt actually kind of passed away recently too, so R.I.P. to him, but Thunderbolt Ross was drunk off his ass in a bar and everything, and then he was approached by none other than Tony Stark, and then even Tony said, you know, what if I told you we were putting together teams? That was the first kind of hint of, putting together the Avengers, because he was there looking for Banner as well, he was looking for any sign of Hulk, so that was the last time we heard those words. So I mean, don't know if like, you know, those words are being used here to the same effect or to the same extent, like if she's going that far to create like her own little band of, you know, like Ruthless or mini Avengers, like, cause I think she already has Ruby, so I think Ruby could be maybe like someone part of the team, but now Creel has now been propositioned by her, so she's now got him under her wing again. So he's the other one. So I think I don't know if they're going to be bringing back older Inhumans or older kind of people with abilities or powers or something that we might recognize, or if she's going to introduce some new people or something. But she's putting together a team. She's putting together a team, so we know that much. So then it might be this team versus Shield. This team versus the now very, very small Agents of Shield. Might be the kind of might be the upcoming battle that we've got going on. So gonna be interesting to see where that leads us. So that'll be cool to know and to find out and everything. So that'll be fun. And yeah, easily the other equally best part. Didn't mean to save this for last round. I think it just it's just the way my brain works. Yeah, Deke. So yeah, of course Deke came back, and Deke didn't just come back. Deke didn't just come back into the past. Oh no, he didn't just travel into the past. He didn't travel from the past to the future. I think it shouldn't have even happened, but then because he was with the Monolith, it happened, and even Daisy was surprised, like, oh my god, this guy's in the past with us now. So yeah, so he travelled back in time, went back to the past and everything. So he's potentially he's here before he's even born. So easy peasy, no timeline distortions, no two Dekes in the same point in time or anything. But then even better than that. We get to see him. He does not only does he get to experience Earth for the first time, we get to see the joys of him experiencing Earth for the first time, and it's splendid, it's marvelous, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's euphoric. Yeah, it's euphoric, it's cathartic, you know. Because I feel like I know I think quite like a lot of people within reason love to kind of talk shit about Earth and be like, oh, this planet sucks, this world sucks, this is all this, that, and the other. Sometimes myself included, but I think seeing Deke experiencing Earth stuff for the first time is actually something I never knew I needed. Because, like, you know, I think he talked about how even back in the future in the lighthouse, he didn't really he was born on the lighthouse, so he had no idea what the Earth was like before he got quaked apart. He had no idea what the world was like. He built, I mean, and again, I think the fact that he's actually impressed that like what he built in the framework isn't even too far off of the old thing. I think the beer in the framework for him tastes even better because he molded it to his own taste too. He didn't know what real beer tastes like, and he, surprise, he even actually hates the way real beer tastes. I feel like beer is also like a bit of an acquired taste. I feel like not everyone really gets into it too easy or too quickly. I think I don't really mind it. I haven't drunk it in like a while, but I think even back when I last had it too, I really didn't mind it. I think I'm actually, I'm okay with it. It's not my favourite taste in the world, but I'm actually okay with it. I can understand why some people might like it and everything, but I'm really not as averse to it, or as like repulsed by it as some people might be. But Deke, I think I'm gonna call him Duke like here and there, and it's like not just because I know Liam Duke, but no, I'm just like Deke and Duke are way too similar in name. And hey, even Duke is a bit like Deke, and Deke is a bit like Duke, so... But no, yeah, no, Deke, you know, what was I gonna say? I think, yeah, Deke, Deke. Yeah, I think, oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot what I was gonna say now. So something about Deke and trying stuff, I mean, yeah, but yeah, again, either way, he doesn't like the taste of actual beer, he doesn't like it, but, no, but his first scene, him actually looking on and discovering, oh my god, I'm on the Earth, I'm actually on the surface of the Earth, there's a nice blue sky, there's buildings, there's air, there's like he's actually inhabiting the surface of the Earth for the first time he's ever done. I mean, besides from finding his way in the future after he got, you know, sent up to surface and everything, but besides from that, he actually is like experiencing the old world for the first time in his life, and he's breathing, he's walking on pavement, he's hugging a tree. He actually hugged a tree. It was like, oh my god, a tree with leaves and wood and everything. He actually wanted to hug the tree, and the lady with the dog walking by and everything. So that was cool. And then him even very nearly eating ice cream from the trash. Because I don't worry, don't get me wrong. I want to see him experiencing ice cream for the first time. I want to see his reaction to ice cream for the first time, but like a nice, clean, you know, one that he bought himself, or even one that, you know, someone from the team bought for him. Like so. I need to see the team buying him different stuff. I need to see the team, you know, buying him different food, like their favorite foods or different foods that they think they need him to taste test for the first time. I need to see them introducing him to all sorts of food, like ice cream, pizza, you know, takeaway, like Chinese, Indian, just all these different kind of foods that he hasn't had before, and just give him like a feast, just give him like a welcome to the old world kind of feast or something. Just, you know, give him everything, and then get him some new clothes too, because I think get him some new clothes and like a new jacket, like some, you know, like I'm pretty sure he will kind of be able to mold his own kind of earthly style of clothing and everything. So give him that, like shirt, some jeans, like a new jacket, and a new haircut as well, maybe a haircut. And everything, give him a good shave and everything. Just renovate the man. Just renovate the man for the 2020s or something. So yeah, I think like a makeover might be on the way. It might be on the way. So looking forward to seeing like a new and improved Deke, looking even more like a handsome Star-Lord, or like a handsome him, like a handsome Deke Shaw. But yeah, he discovered that, and then he discovered like a bar. He discovered a bar. I think he saw the bar and he recognized, oh, that's something I actually built myself and the framework and everything. So he went in, and that's when he realized, oh, it really wasn't that far. Because I think he did still use references and stuff from like the older systems and the older framework that existed that fits built and everything. So you know, he still has something to go off, and he was actually impressed at like how close he got it. And then yeah, I think he prefers framework beer to real beer, because framework beer is molded to his own taste and real beer isn't. So he tried that, and he just didn't really bode well. But I think his first sip of that wasn't really good. So I think maybe if he drinks a bit more of it, then, you know, drunk Deke would be a great thing to see. Drunk Deke, yeah, that would be really great. I think technically he did. I'm pretty sure they gave him soda, right? Because I think it said citrus on it, right? Pretty sure. So I think I'm gonna go back and check through the episode. I'm pretty sure it said citrus. I think I just kind of assumed that would be like an actual fizzy drink. Because I read citrus and it said Zima. Oh, I think he mentioned Zima. Yeah. Yeah, he mentioned Zima. So that's what he meant when he said Zima in the police station. He mentioned Zima. So yeah, I think it said limited release maybe, and refreshing citrus beverage. Yeah, and does that say alcohol, or I don't know? I think it might say alcohol. I think it's like a low alcohol level, like a really low alcohol level. With alcohol volume, I think alc, and then a slash, and then volume. So don't know exactly how much that is. I think that's like a 5 or a 6. I think it might be. I don't know. It's like a clear water. So I think maybe vodka. Could it be vodka? I think because he said something like a beer. He said something like a beer, but delicious. I think I like all I managed to read was citrus, but yeah. But then I thought, oh, it must be soda. But then no, I think if it's this clear and it's still got an alcohol level, then I think it might be vodka, or maybe like not champagne. So I think champagne doesn't come in bottles like this, and so I think something this clear. Something this clear probably has to be vodka. I think if it still has like an alcohol level, then probably vodka. So I think he probably had vodka and stuff. So he still got drunk. I was wondering, like, you know, there's no way you're drunk off of fizzy drinks. Like, fizzy drinks will probably make you throw up if you have too much, and it'll probably give you like a sugar crash and everything. But there's no way you're drunk off of fizzy drinks. So yeah, so he had vodka and just got all high and dizzy and mighty and everything. And he tried food for the first time, like a burger and fries and onion rings. I was fucking jealous and just a little bit hungry watching him eat all of that. I think he can keep the pickles. I don't personally want the pickles, but you know, seeing him actually, I think that was the catharsis and the actual euphoria behind it. Watching him eat a burger and fries for the first time. I don't know why that's so euphoric. I don't know why that's so euphoric. Actually, I think Jeff Ward too. Jeff Ward, props to him for pulling off such a plausible scene of like Jeff Ward having to emulate like an actual character, actually being introduced to, you know, modern day stuff for the first time. Actually, him actually getting to eat a burger and fries, and actually having to emulate. Oh God, it's so delicious and so fruitful. So, props to him. Props to Jeff. Actually, I think just really props to Jeff actually being able to do that and everything. So, and having the chance to do that too, just having to, you know, eat food and, you know, because if I had to do a scene like that, I would be so into it. I would be drinking a bit. I'd be eating and just gorging so much. I think it'd probably just be like a good excuse and a good opportunity to actually drink too, and everything. If I was doing that scene, I would be all in. I would be just so like not even method, but I would just be all in. I would be letting everything go. I'd be just, you know, fully into it. Just I'd be able to emulate, you know, like a person discovering beer and food and you know, stuff and darts even for the first time. I'd be able to, you know, I'd be all in. It probably wouldn't look the same as this, but you know, I'd be all into it, just all in and stuff. So seeing him discover that for the first time, just one of the best scenes of this entire episode, one of the best scenes of this episode, and arguably for me, arguably this season too. So yeah, Deke discovering food for the first time, but then the entire time, at least like a small part of my mind was thinking, okay, but how is he going to pay for this? Because that's the thing you need to do. That is the thing you actively need to do. You do need to worry about actually paying for stuff and how you're going to do that. So then it did happen. Like he went to leave and then the bartender was like, yeah, you need to pay up your tab. You got food, you got drinks, you got so many drinks and everything on your tab. And then he actually put forward his metric thing too. But then metrics and credits don't work. You got to use cash or card. Like even the guy said cash or card. Like, oh, that's how you pay for things right now. And he tried to do a hit and run, and then he ended up actually being flipping himself over the pool table and tripping up and everything. So yeah, didn't really make it. And then he landed himself in police station. But then that was fortuitous. Him landing himself in a police station was fortuitous, because then AOS gave me the gift that they just keep on giving Daisy Johnson in yet another suit. I actually can't even decide between this and her red suit from season 4, like in the courtroom. I genuinely can't decide between this suit and that suit. Like they're both just, I mean, that suit was a bit neater. I think this one was improv, because she took Noah's suit. She took Noah's suit. I think God knows what he wore, but I think she took Noah's suit and improv that. Even like having the belt around her waist that she keep the buttons together and the buttons together and everything. That was a great touch. But she improv with this suit and she still just please, madame, please. She looked great. She looked so swift and so gorgeous and beautiful as always. So yeah, I think the cleaner one and the more planned out one was definitely the maroony suit that I will never get over. But this one showed she can improv with the suit, and Madame will look amazing as always, as per usual. Daisy in a suit can never go wrong. Daisy in a suit can never go wrong. You know, probably might even one day stop my heart, but that's a price I'm willing to pay. So yeah, that was great. So we got Daisy in a suit, and she did the badass thing, busting out Deke from prison and bailing him out and everything. So that was good. That was cool. So yeah, all in all, it worked out. And yeah, I think his journey in this too is like very much like giving me like the vibes of like a reverse Steve Rogers, like him being sent back in time to a time he doesn't recognize instead. But then for him, it's totally different. He doesn't feel lost. I mean, initially he might have felt lost, but then that kind of feeling of being lost immediately turns into, he's like, oh, he feels like he's in heaven. He you know, like, because I think one of his biggest pains and one of his biggest kind of aspects of being lost in the future was actually him never having experienced like the old world before. Like he so badly wanted to be able to experience what the old world was like, and actually be able to emulate that too. But now he's actually gets to do it, and now he feels like he's in heaven. He's experiencing all these things for the first time and everything. So he gets to do that. So it's like a reverse Steve Rogers, but with less pain and less kind of trauma. Like this time he actually gets to, he's with the SHIELD team, he's with people he actually knows, he's with the same kind of family he's been with, the same team he's been with, like since the start. So yeah, he's not really lost in that sense anymore. So now, he's back with the team. He's on Earth. He's in 2018 potentially, and he's with the team again. So yeah, Deke Shaw, Agent of SHIELD, like a soon to be confirmed Agent of SHIELD. So yeah, but yeah, that is pretty much all I've got. That is a lot that I've gone through, a lot of notes and a lot of different thoughts that I've gone through. But again, a new arc, a new intro, and a new arc for this season. So we're starting off with some pretty hefty and pretty large kind of talking points. So hopefully this review was as enjoyable as the others have been. But yeah, thank you for being here. You guys are my kind of somewhat small but active fan base. I mean, you guys are pretty like a few hundred strong. So I appreciate each and every one of you, no matter what number we reach and no matter what number we're at. So thank you. You guys are my active small but active fan base. So yeah, I love all of you too. I don't know why I keep doing this at the camera, if that's probably distracting, but either way, you guys are amazing, and I'm really happy to be continuing the show and enjoying a whole new season, a whole new arc even with all of you, and a whole new story. So can't wait to see how we all progress through this one. But yeah, that is pretty much all I've got this time for now. So that was Agents of SHIELD Season 5, Episode number 11. So thank you guys, as always, so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and comment on what you thought of the episode and what you're looking forward to, and any kind of theories you have on this arc and what you think is going to be happening, and any thoughts you have in general. For those interested, full-length reaction over in the description, so feel free to go check that one out too. Support the channel's Patreon as well, if you can, of course, if you can. But yeah, that is it for now, so until the next time, bye bye for now.